the South. Can y'all really feel me? Feel us. East Coast, feel me. Feel us. West Coast, feel me. Say what?
What's up, y'all? It's Kaya. I'm back to talk about this week's episode, season 4, episode 19. Murder was the case. Yo, there's one left. There is one left. Season finale. My heart can't take it. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. Hey, I'm a rapper out here. What? Stop. This episode was so good, y'all. Said, ooh, I actually like this little plot they got going on for this Halloween party and the stuff that we's getting in between. I was here for it. And y'all already know why I'm so hyped. We're gonna get there. Let's process together. Let's get there together. Let's go. Basically, we got two main things that's happening this week. We got them at the school. Someone's vandalizing every year. It's Billy's turn to watch because he's currently principal. And then we have the Halloween party that's happening with the gang, y'all. With the Vortex plus some other random people, y'all. This party, it was good. It really was. They served to me. They gave me some good stuff. But I feel like it could have been so much more had we not spent all this time up in the school, man. Up in them halls at Crenshaw. I was like, what is this? Back to the party. JJ basically has everyone using these clues based off of their future selves and how they've each lived life over the last 10 years. And it's all to figure out who murdered JJ. He the only one that's dead, y'all. So they gotta figure out who killed him. Someone in the group done killed JJ. I said, this is so unique. When he was telling everybody what it was, you have to play Clue. That's why I thought it was so unique, because it kind of reminded me of Clue. That's why I was so excited to see it played out on screen for me. And it kind of hurt me that we didn't get that much. You know? So, the party originally was supposed to be at the beach house, but because they need neutral territory for everyone because of Spence and Ash, they done moved to the Baker house. I was like, yup, give me my party up in this house. Here we go. Wait, y'all, because also, this boy JJ, he was so hyped when he saw the piano up in the Baker house and was like, oh, I'm gonna add this to the rewrite. That piano literally only served, no, I'm not even gonna say one purpose. It served two. It served JJ's purpose of being a misdirect for Layla, but it served my purpose. It gave me more Jordayla, y'all. They were over there by that piano at this party. We're gonna make it there. Let's go. Let's get into it. And we're gonna start with Papa Billy, because, sir, annoying, y'all. He's up for principal. Mama Grace comes to see him. She's like, yo, vote is coming up. But you know what you gotta do? You gotta stay here and watch this school, because every year people be coming and vandalizing the school on Halloween. And the principal, he the one in charge. He gotta be here to watch it. And since you principal right now, you the one in charge, you gotta be here to watch it. My man, he kind of spooked about it. Boy, are you scared? He was. We know how bad he wants to be principal. And, you know, he's wanted this for some time. I really wanted that for him as well. But over the last 2 weeks, last week and this week, not so much anymore. Ends up bringing on board Preach, telling Preach, yo, I'll give you a mini fridge if you come and you stay with me tonight and help me catch this person. Preach was like, all right, mini fridge. Me and Lil Mina could use that. Lil Mina. The worse than them bringing us back to the school constantly throughout this episode was the fact that I saw Mina. I said, why is she here, yo? And then I said, oh, Halloween, trick-or-treating. But she wanted to do the hayride. I was like, still, Halloween, kids. I guess we gotta see her. It's nighttime. He ends up running into the janitor, right? As soon as they showed this janitor, and then the next time they showed him, it was just confirmation for me. But the next time they showed him, and then it was only the people we were seeing was Preach, Mama Grace, Billy, and this janitor up in the school. I said, this is who it is. Why we keep coming back and this is who it is. As vandalizing the school, it's him. Okay, look, y'all, last week, Billy annoyed me because he spoke to Mama Grace before Carter could. This week, Billy annoyed me because he was still just as selfish. This man, Mama Grace comes up to the school. She's there. He there watching the school. She was like, I'll come help watch the school. But then she see Preachers there. So they make it a whole little team thing. We all gonna watch the school together. This is what got me. She's telling him about Carter moving and how he asked her to come with him, right? This man fixed his face. He fixed his face to say, what did he say when you told him no? Excuse me? Who you think you be, Billy? I said he can't be serious. He cannot be serious right now. That's where your mind goes to. She was automatically supposed to be like, oh no, I'm here with Billy. She loves that man. It's the fact that he was just assuming for me that she's not gonna go with D'Angelo. She's not gonna go with the love of her life. Her son cannot transfer schools. Which brings us to our next thing. Because later on they're talking again and she wants Lil Dill to walk these halls up in SC. And I was like, that's cute. Because his late daddy done been up in these halls. His mama done been up in these halls. His suspected daddy done been up in these halls. And his bro, who he looks up to, he done been up in these halls. She wanted that for her baby now, you know, she only got one left. So that's what she was thinking about, right? Billy, this is where he was trying to redeem himself a little bit from me. He was like, okay, let's put a pin in Lil Deal real quick. What do you want? I said, this is the conversation they should have had after she talked to her man. It should have just been this conversation right here. If this was the next thing we saw between the two of them, was him telling her right before this about the position, and then hearing about D'Angelo moving, and now him asking her what does she want, that would have been perfect. The fact that he sat here and heard from D'Angelo first what was up, offered her the position before her man could talk to her, and now you're asking her what it is that she wants, as you're also telling her, what did he say when you told him no? No, that is not the order. I said he was trying to redeem himself a little bit for me. How did he go right back out the window? Once again, fix his face to say, you know I won't get the school board votes if you go. I said, sir, what? 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. I've been blinded these last few weeks. Billy was really putting on the front. Because I said, yo, I thought you was over that selfishness. I really did. That is not the case. He is a sometimey I try to be selfless. And then he actually gets rewarded, y'all. She was like, you know what, Billy? Actually, the role happened last night. You're actually permanent principal right now. I couldn't even be as excited as I thought I would be when he finally got the role permanently because of how he been acting. I don't know when I'm gonna get there. I don't. No, I don't though. I thought I liked him, y'all. He had me fooled. Coop and Patience, y'all. Coop and listen here. This girl Sabine, she said to Patience, focus on your music. Leave your personal life, leave the personal stuff in your rear view. Patience girl said, okay, let me go get my girl. I said, I don't think that's what she meant when I saw this episode here. And it's too soon. Y'all, I want this, but I want it in the future, not right now. It is too soon. First, it was the breakfast day. She come downstairs, she smelled the food. Patience girl, I said, I don't see nothing on that counter. So apparently this girl Coop was cooking. Patience girl, she over here flirting. She was like, it smelled good. You was down here cooking. I want some of that. Coop, she eating it up. She was like, I didn't know you want some. I already ate it all, girl, but don't worry, I got you tomorrow. I was like, oh, these are the signs. These are signs. We get to the party now with them. Oh, side note too. Props to Coop for getting Ash to that party because he wasn't gonna go. I'm loving this friendship between her and Ash. I knew from the moment they first showed me them two talking, bonding over their struggles, I said, that's gonna be something right there. And it is. Now we get to her and Patience at the party. Patience, I said, she know what she doing. She know what she doing, y'all. She was like, I thought you were bringing Sky tonight. You see where this party at. Coop looking like, I know what she wanted here. I'm just gonna tell her. She was like, yeah, that was when it was at the beach house, but this right here is off limits. You knew that, Patience girl. You make her say it if that's what you want. If this is getting y'all to get back together. Down the line. Down the line. I'm gonna keep saying that because where we ended up. It's the way Coop was just chilling this whole time for me. Since the morning, y'all, this girl just been chilling because she know she doing what she's supposed to do. She's making these changes for herself. And this girl Patience, she checking for her. Yeah, she missing her, but she checking for her. And when she checking for her, she seeing these changes that she making. And she was like, yo, you and Mama Laura, y'all really doing some work over there because you the most that's up into this game. And I was like, yeah, she is. She was doing real good on this game, y'all. And I tell y'all, Patience is eating this up. She is eating up whatever Coop is putting out here. This is her meal. She didn't get that breakfast, but she getting this right here. She was like, I like this new version of you. I said, me too, girl, which is surprising me, but I really like her and I'm hoping she stays. I think she is though, y'all, but the look that Patience is giving her look like she is ready to give to Coop right now. And I was like, no, don't do it. Not right. It's too soon. They ain't hear me, y'all. They ain't hear me. I was trying to warn them. They didn't hear me. They get upstairs. I said, not the bedroom. Yo, I knew it was gonna be Patience because Coop was chilling. And Patience, girl, she was like, it was only so much she could take. She reached that limit. She couldn't take no more. She woke up in no, she strolled up in there, right behind Coop, and she's like, I like this new you. I like it too. I do. I like it. A little hint of jealousy, you know, because Sky gets to see this version of Coop. Sky gets this version of Coop. The Coop that's changing. So she's like, why did you change for Sky and not me? I said, girl, you don't even know it, but you were the push for that. Sky is getting it because she just so happened to come into her life when she made that change. but you're the reason for that change. Girl Coop was like, I didn't do it for Sky, I did it for me. You're the one who said I didn't have much going on. So now I do. I said, she went and got something for herself, y'all. I was like, yo, Patience, girl. She doing this for herself because of you. And Patience, girl, she knew that. She said, let me close this space. I said, no, don't do it. I want them to be together, but they haven't had that much time. I can't take this because one, she's dating Sky. We can't have no cheaters up in here. No, no, no. I was like, Patience, don't do it, girl. And that girl, Coop, it hasn't been that long since y'all broken up. Feelings are still very much there, but y'all broke up for a reason. Y'all still need to work on yourselves. And you just recently got this job a few weeks ago with Mama Laura, my man. You still making changes. What is this? One off. Y'all ain't getting back together right now. We can't have that. Y'all still need to, y'all need space. But you also need to be honest with Sky. Do not sit here and continue things with Sky without telling her that you and Paige done close that space. Spence and Ash, y'all. I said, we gonna see some hands? They ain't have none of them. We start back at the house, y'all. JJ, he trying to get the bros back together. They ain't trying to have it. So he was like, yo, I gotta find some neutral ground, which is why they went to the big house for this party. We at this party now because they both done got their thank you Coop. One of the best parts of this episode for me is this boy Ash walking up to Spence.
Apparently I'm your coach in the future.
Spence.
Then I want to be traded.
He delivered it so serious and I was taken out. So their tension hits a head. It done spiked. They need to take care of this right now. And it gets down to Asher. Asher done had it. He was like, you know what, my mans? You took both my girls. You stole them. And you stole my spot. That don't sound right, Ash. That don't sound right. It ain't sound right to Spence either. That's why my man was like, maybe I wouldn't have stole them if you didn't cheat on one. I said, you ain't really steal them though, but go ahead. If you didn't cheat on one and slut shame the other, I said he did do both of them things to them, but you ain't steal them. They were coming. I mean, they were gonna leave regardless, and they did. That's the way he took it, because he was in his feels. And regarding your spot, I didn't have to steal it. I took it. I said, ooh, hold on. Even worse, he said, because I'm the best. I said, yeah, you know that, Ash. Ash was tight. Ash was offended. Ash was hurt. Ash knew these were the truths. He knew these were facts. He said, there it is, because you're the best. Because he is. You can't play. You can't play anymore. You were struggling back then, which is how you lost that spot, sir. Get over it, Ash. Like, he was holding on to this, which it was time they hashed it out, because they've been holding this in all this time, you know. My thing is, when he was talking about you stole my girls, right? Both of them, they both here. One was just over there by the piano. The other one, she left out the room, and I thought she went downstairs. They ain't hear none of this. The only one who was catching this was JJ, right? JJ was like, y'all, this is a pivotal scene. Can we do this in front of the guests? I said, hold up. And it makes sense of what the whole plot of this party was. So they hashed it out, which I thought it was going to last longer than this. But I guess with them now bringing up what they've been holding in this whole time, that's where the root of all their problems started from, was way back then. And now that they finally had this conversation, and with JJ's speech that happens later regarding everyone's friendship, the group, the Vortex, they're like, you know, life is too short. People, yeah, you suck, Ash. Yeah, you know, I was feeling some kind of way that you took my spot. You got my girls. But, we're bros at the end of the day. We're friends and we're a family. So we got to make this right. So they fixed it. And I was like, sooner than I thought, but I ain't mad at it. Regarding JJ's speech, he put this whole thing together because y'all remember when it was graduated, they was like, y'all think we're gonna stay like this? They ain't stay like that. They've been struggling. JJ, my man was behind the whole time capsule thing when they was back at the cabin. You know, he really cares about his friends, about them being family, and making these friendships last a lifetime. And they not seeing this lifetime, it seems like. And he's the only one that's really trying to hold it all together. And he feels like he's the only one who truly cares, because it was laughing it off. And my man said it broke his heart. He was like, y'all go ahead and laugh if you want to. Y'all, JJ, he seems, I loved him before. I didn't love him. I liked him before, but he was more of the jokester, the playful type. He has matured so much, but still holding on to that JJ. Honestly, it might have just been because of the outfit he had on. That outfit was making him seem grown. Look, the outfit was definitely helpful with how he came across this episode. But just the overall feel, and him being that person for his friend who is stepping up and trying to fix what's been broken between all of them. So it turns out they were all a part of his murder and killing my mans. And this was just a way of letting them see, you know, because it was loosely based on their actual lives, it was a way of letting them see what could possibly happen. You know, it wasn't true, but It could be. You know, my man's trying to let them see that this could be how we end up if we keep following down this path. And they understood that. And I was like, that's all he wanted. And that's all I realized I wanted too, you know? Don't break up the vortex. We gotta keep it intact. We get Layla and Joy, y'all, and this girl, she's been calling, she's been texting, he ain't been picking up, he ain't been answering. No, he has not. She went to go find him because she was like, I don't want him wallowing in his breakup on his own. You know, we grew over this time. We close. I said, y'all are. So she went to go find him. He was chilling up in the beach house and he was avoiding her. Backtrack, hold on. This dude is up in this beach house with this girl. When they showed him with Tessa in the morning, I said, no. He's avoiding. He's avoiding. And we... Come on, Jor. I said, we're going to this. This is what we're doing. It wasn't a complete surprise, y'all. But it just broke my heart. It's gonna break Layla's too when she find out. So she get over there to that house. Then she finds him. She's trying to talk to him. He's giving her short answers. I said, Jor, he is trying to shut down. He is, because he can't say too much. They done got to this place where they can't keep things from each other if they're talking and seeing each other. My man is trying his best, y'all, to shut down and to just be so blunt with his responses. And I'm like, sir, no, do not do that to her. It ain't gonna last. I know it's not gonna last. It didn't. Before we get to it not lasting, this girl is still trying. He's talking like this to her, like just so short with his responses, and she is still trying. She's still out here smiling and everything, because it's so much more than just saying she wants him. She wants to be with him. Not even be with him in a sense like she wants to be his girl. Like, she wants to be in his presence. She wants to be where he is because this is her person, and they connect on a whole nother level, you know? And to just have something like that go cold turkey after all that time y'all was just spending together, week after week, day after day. It wasn't every second, but it was a lot of seconds back to back. She was struggling. She was like, yo, where is he? So she went to find him. And I'm like, sir, you know she knows where you live. It's not much she gotta do to really find you if she wants to find you. Since you ain't been answering her, she gonna come find you. So now when she's telling him that the party's been moved back to her house with the girls, this dude is just like, okay, yeah, I know. She's trying her best not to show that she's so affected by how he's treating her right now. He's trying his best not to show how affected he is by seeing her right now. And he knows he wants her. So this girl go dip out. The look on his face, because he is taking everything in him to be this way with her right now. That's what you get, my mans. Tell her how you feel. So now we get to this party, right? He walked up in there with Tessa's roomie. I said, he is not gonna last long. This girl, Layla, was on her way out. She was walking out the room. Well, she was walking out the kitchen area from JJ and Spence. When Jor walked in with Tessa's roomie, stop. She sat there and posted up and was watching this whole thing play down. Hold up, stop. Because not only did she see her man walking up in there, she sees him with a girl on his arm. Who is this? She was gonna stay and find out. I found out too. I said, that's not Tessa. So when they all find out that this is Tessa's roomie, who he done brought to this party when he was just with Tessa, Tessa's roomie is finding out at the same time that he was just with her roomie. My man Joy, he's just sitting there looking stuck because Tessa's roomie was not having it. She was out. I said, yeah, go. This is Layla's man. Don't even try it. Layla girl with the classy. I said, girl, you jealous? I was eating it up. I said, yes, girl. Yo, y'all, she is so gone because she came to find him earlier after he was avoiding her. Okay, he's been avoiding her for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Come to find him. He's chilling up in the house. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just short with her. Short, that's it. Seeming like he's not really into talking to her. She took it, still invited him to come to the house, took the way he responded to that, dipped out, sees him with this girl. He walks in with this girl. And she still just takes that. Well, she takes it with the classy, but you know she cares. You know it affected her, you know? She was like, yo, he got somebody here? Who that? She ain't lasting. She know that girl ain't gonna last. She could see she was a little fling thing. Takes all that and now still comes to find this man like, oh, I found another clue. Wanna help? Gone. She is gone. Hold on, because they get by this piano and they're talking over here. They find a piece of the feather from her boa. They're talking about now who it could be. She was like, could have been your hot date. What was her name? The this girl Lele, she can't play nobody. Homegirl's just talking to him. She's trying to understand and see why there's been this shift between them. Not the shift Simone was talking about, but this shift where now they're not as close as they just were. Don't even say once were, they just were a couple weeks ago, y'all. So she's telling him that she's surprised he moved on so quickly, and Simone broke your heart. So you're trying to prove a point by sleeping with every girl in LA? I said not every girl, but girl, no. Look at here. I said, Lele, are you throwing his words right back at him? This just took me right back to that cabin, and he was throwing it at her, you know, trying to talk to her about her sleeping with Asher. I was like, you know, I'm here for this. I'm a fly on the wall. You know why his response was hilarious to me though, is you're trying to act, Jor. You're trying to act like y'all did not just spend all this time together. Y'all have not gotten as close as y'all are right now. And y'all are not each other's person. You're trying to act like no one knows this. Like, we don't know it, us, y'all, me and y'all, and them two, you and Lele. So the fact that you're sitting here telling her, basically, don't try to act like you know me. Don't try to psychoanalyze me. She's like, I'm not. I was like, girl, you know him. He know you know him. We all know you know him. So he needs to stop trying to front on all of us. She knows you're shutting her out. She knows you. So you better tell her the real reason you shutting her out, Jor. Tell her why you avoided her, Jor. And my man, he was going to tell her. He just needs to get there. I feel like she knows that she feels something for him. She has feelings for him. She feels an attraction to him. I completely feel like she knows all of that. I think she also knows that he feels an attraction to her. Not how deep his feelings go for her, but that there's an attraction there that he feels for her. I also know that she's been trying her best not to show those feelings. You know, she's been trying, she's been failing, because it ain't working, girl. We can all see it. So she's not even aware of the fact that he has deep feelings for her, because they are very much deep, y'all. What he knows he feels for her, that I think he really knows, is that he has deep feelings for her. And that he can sense her feelings, and that's why he's treating her this way. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that he's fully realized that he has these feelings for her, and that not only that, but that he knows of her feelings for him. I'm like, sir, she don't know this, so just tell her. Our girl Lele, she's still in the dark trying to live in oblivion about her feelings. And this man, he didn't realize his, and that's why he avoiding her. She over here trying to keep it as it is. Yeah, we're friends. We've gotten close. Come on, we know each other. But it's nothing more. Jor's like, yeah, no, I can't act like that no more. I can't. It's too hard. Now Lele girl, she was like, I spent all this time trying to find him, and he ain't been letting me in. I'm done. So he went to find her. He found his girl by this table. The way he approached her, y'all, about finding this clue down, that's their way. That's a little icebreaker right there. I found a clue. I said, whatever's going to get us here, whatever's going to get us to Jordayla, let's go. Come on, what's that clue? He was like, you want to help? And she's like, sure. The way this girl responded to him, y'all, because she can't say no. She doesn't want to say no. Why would she say no? Not gonna happen. The way because you know she just wants him, and this is spending time with him. This is his way of opening up now, him trying to open up, him trying to put that icebreaker out there, you know, between them, and because he's the one that's put this space between them. So she's not going to completely shut him out now, because this is who she has been with this whole time. The only person who she has been so close to this whole time. She's not going to lose that. So he's coming to her now. She gonna take it. I say, yes, girl. Hold on, though, because he's trying to play it cool. He's like, oh, it looks like we're not friends in the future, which is disappointing. Sir, I'll allow it. It's getting us there, so I'll allow it. Lele girl is hurt because, no, George, she is not going to let you off that easy. Is it? I deserved it. Yeah, you did, sir. She was like, you want to tell me why you've been such an ass and why you've been ghosting me? I said, yeah, tell her. I want to know too, because I want to hear it. I know where it's going though. It was at this point, this conversation right here, that I realized a Jordayla kiss was not. It was not coming. I highly doubted it was coming. But I felt something better was coming. And I said, the way y'all delivered for me, let's go. This man is over here. He's trying to play. Jor, he is still trying to keep it. He's trying to keep up this front, y'all. Lele girl, she's not dumb. She can do math. She know math. She said, Simone came and I was with her man. I've been with her man. because that's my person. Simone and him broke up. Simone left, and I was no longer with that man. Said man was no longer trying to be with me. So it's me. He said, I don't blame you for that. She said, does she? I said, come on, Lele girl. Do the math. Do the math.
1 + 1 = 2.
He just stood there looking, and I love the way they did this scene and their confession, well, his confession scene at the end with them. The way they left it, with it just going away, they leave it to where the person who has the last word, their statement, it appears to be true because you're left with no response. So in this moment, when he's just sitting there staring at her after she says, does she? My man's is stuck. He's stuck because he's like, yo, I can't even lie to her. I can't even try. And that's also why he's been avoiding her this whole time, because they know each other so well that they can't keep anything from each other. I have to put that distance between us now, because if I'm around her constantly, there's nothing I can hide from her. My feelings, no longer. Me knowing of her feelings, no longer. Us wanting each other, no longer. So my man's just sitting there staring. He was like, yo, I can't even lie. She know me. I said she do. They be out here giving each other the same look. When when they're lost for words, they be giving each other the same look, yo. So crazy, because they can't even fix their face to lie to each other anymore. Saying that too, as saying like, okay, this is the perfect example. Him being like, oh yeah, she was like, cause of football, because she knew you lying to me. That is not the real reason why you've been so distant. So even if they are trying to put a lie out there to each other, it is not gonna work. The other is not gonna buy it, because they know each other so well at this point. Ain't nothing they say that's not the truth is gonna fly by. No way. This confession, y'all. This girl, Lele girl, spent all day. She's been looking for him for weeks. It's been 2. She's been checking for him for the last few weeks, and he hasn't been picking up. But all day, she's been trying to be in his presence. She's been trying to see him. She's been trying to talk to him, and that hasn't been happening. For most of the day, she's been feeling down because she hasn't been with who she's wanted to be with. She hasn't been able to talk to who she's wanted to talk to, really talk to them, you know? And now, this man walks over to the couch that she's sitting at, and the way she lights up. What happened before? What was before this? You would never know. This girl is beaming. I said he does that, and he is the only one who does that to her. They're starting conversation. I am like, I am locked in for this, because I can see it. I see where we're going. The way they're talking right now, so intimate. I see where we're going with this convo. I'm for it. So she's like, I'm sorry for for our friendship coming between you and Simone. Girl. Okay. The way they're sitting there so comfortable, her just turned in, chilling, looking in his direction, him just sitting there leaning forward and now looking over at her. This man was like, you were right. As soon as he said you were right, and I heard that music, the music they had playing from the last scene, the way they had that music still playing, I said, oh my goodness. I said, this is the last. I was checking the time, y'all, to see what time it was. I said, we ain't got that much time left. This has to be our last clip with them having conversation, which means it's going to be a good one. And the way they're having this intimate conversation, as though they're the only 2 people in the room right now, still, this was done so beautiful. What you could feel coming off of him, my mind, I said, this girl told him in that studio that he needed to grow a pair. And over this season, we've really seen him be that strength for her, be that person for her. And now we've come full circle. We've come full circle. Let me tell y'all, he said, I was trying to prove a point by sleeping with all those girls, but not that I was over Simone. He was over that breakup. Why? Because he was already so invested in Lele, in his feelings for Lele at that point, you know? And yeah, he has fully realized and fully accepted those feelings now, but he been had them feelings. He was over that breakup, and he was over that relationship. That was not why he was doing what he was doing, you know? He was doing it. Why, Jor? Why were you doing it?
I was trying to prove that Simone was wrong about you.
Simple fact that you've been trying for weeks that you can't see her. You can't even answer a text from her. Ain't no way it's working. Ain't no way. He knew it wasn't working. That's why he done made his way back to her, because there was only so much he could take, so far he could go, so much he could do to try to resist. It wasn't happening no more. Layla girl still out here trying to be oblivious. She's like, what do you mean about me? Come on, Jor. Come on, Jor. Jor was like,
She could see something between us.
I could too, girl. It was this girl talking about, well, did you tell her that we're just friends? Where? Lele. I said, he's really about to put it out here. He's really about to put it out here because he can't take it anymore. And now he's seen her after he's been trying to avoid her. He's not going to be able to do it anymore. What he's been trying to do, he ain't going to be able to try no more. This man said, I lied to her. Layla girl was ready. She was ready. She was trying. She couldn't get in there quick enough because my man followed up with...
I have feelings for you, Layla.
What? The camera goes to her face. I looked at her. I said, hold on. Hold on. This is why, y'all. This is a semicircle right here because the full circle was from the beginning with them. And now this is a semicircle right here. Daddy told this girl, open your heart, baby girl. That's what he said. He said, open your heart, baby girl. Let love in. I said season number 4. As soon as he said it, and this girl was just sitting there, stuck, looking. I'm like, she's been opening her heart this whole time to this man sitting right here who's now confessing his feelings to her, for her. It's something she's never experienced this deep, this real, and it's with the perfect person for her. Layla about to be happy, y'all. She about to be happy, which makes me happy. Man said, despite my best efforts these last few weeks, which he's been trying, we know this, from the girls to avoiding her calls, avoiding her texts, avoiding her face, it hasn't worked. Nothing has worked for him. And he knew, he knew the second he saw her, which is why he's been avoiding her so hard and trying to fill that void with something else that was never gonna work. He knew the second he saw her, it would all be out the window. It'd all be gone. Now he saw her. Ain't no going back. My man said,
And honestly, I don't want to anymore because I think that you feel the same way.
I said she do. She do. And you know how she knows she does? Because they sat here and went back to her face, y'all. And we got that same thing like the last scene with them, where it just went on Jor's face and he was stuck. He couldn't respond. Now we got Layla girl. She is stuck. She cannot respond because she knows what he's saying is indeed a fact. The look she gave, because she was so afraid, so terrified because of the fact of knowing that she has these feelings for him. Now being faced with those feelings because he's telling you himself about your feelings for him. Like, I think you feel the same way. She do. He is now telling you of his feelings for you, confessing those feelings to you, and knowing what the two of you have shared up until this point. You know, it's something that is so meaningful and something that you treasure so much, is this bond between you two. And having to decide where you go from here together. Y'all gonna go together, girl. Come on. Liv and Spence. Liv and Spence, y'all. They were at this house, right? Liv was out there with the girls. And she's working on her article. This man walks up. And they have a full-on makeout sesh. I said, Coop and Paige were in the house. I said, don't worry, I'll fill y'all in later. I'm joking. Wait, when I tell y'all I missed you, I can tell. Stop. They are so cute. But my heart's hurting because I'm like, we're getting these cute moments with them still, but we're also getting some rough ones too. Let's get there. Man said, those are my lips. He couldn't get enough of them lips. He went right back in. The way he closed her laptop so smooth. I was like, you mad rude for that, but alright, go ahead, get your girl. He closed that laptop so smooth. Was she gonna stop him? Nope. She went right back in for her man's lips to her lips. They said, I got 2 sets of lips each. We get to this party now though later, right? Oh, Liv girl, let's touch on her really quickly because why is she working at this party? She was meeting with Christelle earlier, right? And Christelle tells her they bought space for her article. Liv girl is no longer doing the Wade article, she tells Christelle, because this is what got me. This was one of the things, was she said it's coming between her relationship. I said, girl, this is work. This is business. You don't bring your personal, come on, you want patience, man. It's because they're living under the same roof. It's that roof. But it's not affecting Coop and Lele's. I don't really know why. So maybe they ain't on the same side. They're letting personal stuff affect their work, you know, a little bit. We can't have that, Liv Girl. So Liv Girl is telling her she don't want to do it because of her relationship. I said, don't use him as your excuse for not wanting to put this article out there. Granted, he was only a part of the reason, the excuse she used as to not wanting to put it out. But he shouldn't have been included in that excuse at all. Just made it seem like you can't keep your personal life separated from your work life. So now, Christelle was just like, it's Halloween. You could write me something else then about Halloween. Make it fun. I was like, damn. Earlier this season, weren't we just struggling with the fun and Poppy? Why are you doing that to her? But she won't get it done because she's not trying to lose her job. So now we at the party, y'all. Hold on though, because, one of my favorite things with them at this party, it was my favorite thing with them at this party because all the other stuff was a struggle, y'all. It was. Spence walks up and she's like, it looks like we don't work out. My man's with the, whose fault is it? And she's like, it's his, right? That whole little thing with them. Y'all cute. Stop. Don't stop. More serious note. This is what got me with Liv Girl this episode and why I'm just like, I'm struggling here. I'm trying to hold on, y'all. I'm trying to hold on to Spelivia. But these little droplets that they keep giving us week to week, at this point, is week to week, once a week. Not keeping me high up. It's not keeping my hopes high. Liv Girl was over here talking in riddles this episode. Y'all, she was giving such vague responses. Because starting earlier, before the makeout session, my man was like, you're not working on the article, are you? She's like, not exactly. I was like, girl, just say yes or no or tell him what it is you're working on. And it's not even because you just said, you know, you guys have had differences in the past regarding the Wade article. This is a separate article. Granted, you're working when y'all have something planned for the day, but it's earlier in the day. You can let him know what this new article is that you're working on. She hadn't even told him. We're gonna get to this. She hadn't even told him about the whole situation with Christelle. So now we're back at the party and he comes back upstairs to find her. He was like, is that why you're up here pretending to work? You working on the article? The article? She said, it's not the article. It's an article. Liv Girl, that's basically the same question he asked you earlier. Just tell him which article it is that you're working on, girl. Number 3, y'all. He was like, why are you writing a new article that's due today? Liv Girl talking about, because I'm not trying to get fired, okay? Spence was like, how do we jump to that? How do we get to that? He don't even know. Fired where? Why are you getting fired? What happened to the old article? He don't know nothing, and she ain't trying to tell him. Now she sees he's asking these questions, right, my man's? He ain't letting up. He want to know what's going on with his girl. So she was like, oh yeah, I told Christelle I'm not turning it in. Mostly for you. I said, girl. They have this tension coming up because he's like, I didn't ask you to do that. She's like, you didn't have to. He's like, oh, I've always supported you. Y'all, this situation here, I feel like it could have been avoided from both sides. Yes, he's not always the easiest to talk to, especially recently, you know? He's not always in the best mood to come and talk to him about what you have going on in your life because he got so much going on in his own life and he over here struggling too. But at the same time, I'm like, this is where you really see their communication struggling between the two of them. It was just an article, a Halloween article that was supposed to be fun, that was supposed to be, you know, something that was light and cute compared to what you were previously writing about Wade, and y'all couldn't even share that with each other. And y'all can't even talk about the fact that you had this meeting with your boss earlier. They couldn't even stay to finish the conversation. Liv Girl, she was dipping out. I said, yo, she dipping out her own room. He got her running out her own room. She was like, I can't even take this right now. I gotta finish this work. She went downstairs. Oh, so I thought, because she was not there when him and Ash was talking earlier. I don't know where she went, but she went somewhere to finish that article. Later on, he comes to find Girl. He's like, you mind if we talk? I don't want us going to bed mad. I said, yo, it's a regular thing. Hey, whose house? Yours or mine? We no longer sleep alone. We sleep together. Come on. That's the only thing they can really agree on right now. Oh my gosh. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Because this whole time, Liv Girl from the beginning, she be getting these calls from this unknown caller. But we know it's Wade. He playing, girl. Something coming up on the side. It's Wade. Spence and Liv. Spence. This got me so upset. They each had something that really upset me with each of them this episode. Liv Girl, it was her vague responses to what he was talking to her about, what he was asking her about. But Spence, I think a little more so. And it was mostly because of this right here. This dude, when he wants to talk to her, he comes up with her article, right? He's like, oh, look, she posted your article. He didn't do nothing but read the title. That was it. He didn't even read the article. I said, for you to sit here and get this upset that I'm saying this now, and like I said, you know, he doesn't always make it the easiest for him to talk to him. Why? Because you're not even reading what she would talk to you about. Makes sense now, a little bit, but she still could have gave some more full responses to him. But now, I'm like, sir, you sat here and got upset because she didn't tell you she was writing a new article. She didn't tell you that her and her boss had a disagreement and she had the possibility of getting fired had she not turned anything in. And that said article, that was the new article she was writing, you didn't even read it. And the fact that you're coming over here like you're so excited for her. Like, oh my gosh, babe, let's celebrate your win, your publication. Let's celebrate this moment for you. What are you celebrating, Spence? What's the article about, Spence? And I think even more so than him not even reading the article was Liv Girl saying, sometimes you make me doubt myself. It took me back to her conversation earlier with Christelle where I was like, why are you throwing it out there that it's coming between your relationship? That's something you should keep to yourself, and why you shouldn't even include that in your reasoning at all, you know, in your decision at all. But it took me back to that because, you know, her and Spence have had tension in their relationship this whole time because of this article, because of these things that they're pursuing on their own, and it's having to do with their career. This is the man that she loves, and she's feeling this distance between them. She sees when certain things are brought up between them, it causes these disagreements, and for them to feel like the other isn't supporting you, even though he says, you know, I've always supported you, even when I didn't like it. Whatever it was that you were doing, I still supported you. You can say that, but then your actions aren't always showing that to be true. With her going through the situation with Wade and wanting to follow through with that story, but knowing what it was doing and the toll it was taking on her relationship with Spence, it made her doubt her work overall, because that was something that really meant something to her. This was going to be her first big thing, you know? For her, she just struggled with this person who, they love you, they do, but having them tell you that they love you, having them be that person for you, this is your soulmate. And she doesn't always feel supported in her choices. And I think not feeling that support from someone who, you two are supposed to be a team, you're supposed to be one unit, you know, the love is so strong and deep between the two of you. So to not feel like you're always getting that support that he says he gives you is what makes her doubt what it is that she's putting out there, what it is she can bring to the table. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it does. And that was the case right here, which is why at the end of the day, she ended up and look at here, this might be controversial, but these are my thoughts. This is what I think, y'all. The whole Wade situation, not the article, the Wade situation with the post about Liv being a skink, because Wade said he ain't do it. He told Spence he didn't do it. Had this whole story about how he was up at some meeting. But we know he lied, y'all. We know that he lied. But because Spence went to him, he told Spence he didn't do it, said he was in a meeting. He had Jor be like, oh yeah, we did have a meeting for QBs. And now, Liv Girl, when they were at Spence's event, he's telling her, that's where they also had a little slight disagreement, you know? She's like, what do you mean, you're just taking his word for it? And he's like, he said he didn't do it, you know? And he was in a meeting, he couldn't have done it. Liv Girl has that discussion with him, and I think following her talk with Spence and him believing Wade that he did not do it and put it out there about Liv, and now Wade coming to her and being like, oh yeah, this is actually the kid who did it, I'm gonna make him pay, blah blah blah, taking what her man said into account, and now Wade coming to you and being like, oh yeah, this is actually the guy who did it, I'm so sorry, he's putting on this front, but now you already have what then took place with you and Spence in the back of your mind. It ain't even in the back of your mind, it's still up there, it's in front too still while you talking to him. And that's why Liv Girl is just like, oh wow, okay, yeah, he came and he spoke to me about it, and now you gonna believe he ain't do it, girl. That's why she ain't suspecting about these phone calls, because Spence, he was the first one to be like, yeah, no, he ain't do it. So they're struggling, y'all. They are most definitely struggling. And we're about to see all this come to a head next week because the SWAT team came in. I said, what is this? What is this? They setting my girl Liv up. Liv is getting set up, man. And I'm like, yo, this wouldn't have been happening had she still kept her guard all the way up. But wait, that is not the case anymore, which is why we got the SWAT, got them laying on the floor. I said, bro, y'all don't know people done spilled drinks on that floor or what? They done had a party up in here. Which I said, when all the guests left? I don't remember all the guests leaving, but they was out by the time that SWAT got up in there. Finale is about to be crazy. Finale is about to get Spelivia. We're gonna see the struggle come to a head. But Jordayla, they're coming in hot next week. They're most definitely like, they're gonna be like, here you go, Chaya. I'm saying, thank you very much, y'all. That is everything for this week, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.